We're back. It's Tuesday.
Under the Sea Day.
Under the sea. We got our friendly little jellyfish. Have you named them yet?
No.
What?
Alright, you name one and I'll name the other. Billy. I like Billy.
Billy the jellyfish? I was thinking like Jalissa. Or Freddie. Freddie and Billy.
I don't know. It was off the top of my head.
Yeah. Anyways, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Moses and how he parted the Red Sea. He didn't part this one behind here, but this is a good, visual representation of all that he did to free the Israelites. So if you guys don't know the background on Moses and the parting the Red Sea story, basically the Israelites, who were the chosen people of God, were slaves in Egypt. And they were being held there against their will by Pharaoh. And so Moses went. He took a leap of faith and did what God asked him, and he went and he freed them. And so in doing so, on their way back to the Promised Land, they were being chased by the Israelites on chariots. And so Moses stretched out his hand. This is Exodus 14:21-22, by the way. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord drove the sea back by a strong east wind all night and made the sea dry land. So, literally imagine walls on either side. Like the Red Sea literally parted, and it was dry land for them to walk through in between. And the waters were divided, and the people of Israel went into the midst of the sea on dry ground, and the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. So they were allowed to walk through on dry ground, and the Israelites the Egyptians who were following them on chariots behind them, when Moses got to the other side safely with his people, he put his arms up again, and the water literally crashed down, and they all drowned in the Red Sea. So that's all that to say, if you are doing what God is calling you to do, his hedge of protection is over you. And he might call you to do something uncomfortable or something that you don't necessarily want to do, but he's always watching out for you, and he's protecting you, and he can make a way. If it's part of his plan, he'll make a way. And so whether it's parting the Red Sea or something more realistic for our day and age in our lives, that way will be made when it's part of his plan.
All right, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
That's always an awesome story. And if you were at our last VBS from this year, if you were there, you'll remember that in the nursery, we actually, not us, but the people who were hosting VBS actually recreated that scenery. So the kids actually got to walk through a little wall of water, and they got sprayed by the ocean water, so it was pretty cool.
Today we're going to be making some dancing jellyfish. Our friends that we're making won't look exactly like this, but we're going to make our own. So your background, or your ocean, I guess you could say, is your plate. So for the sake of time, we're not going to paint ours, but please, please, please take out your paints that we gave you in your day one kit, and draw us maybe a nice coral reef, a little ocean scene,
maybe
background, or you can just paint it blue.
Other
whatever
sea creatures, whatever you like. It's your ocean.
Yeah. So, but first we're gonna take the head, and you'll have a piece of nice cardstock or construction paper. And in order to do this, I'm gonna fold her in half to make the head. It'll just make this process a lot easier. And so that way I can glue my stick in between the two pieces.
And we're also folding it over to make it sturdy, right?
Right. So I'm probably gonna cut a nice sliver or chunk off the bottom. Probably, about an inch and a half. Just a nice straight line. So I took off about this much from the bottom, this thick. I'm gonna go ahead and make a little curve. See, our jellyfish are curved. Do the same thing. Next curve, and we're gonna do it, meet the fold. So I have a nice little curve. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give it a couple inches, maybe another 3 fingers. Then I'm gonna curve the other side.
So we're making sure we don't cut off this fold because we need it to
Right,
stay together.
don't cut the fold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna round my edges too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we do a little,
Ooh, my little blue. Oh, Ooh,
Doing this
you can
kind
do
of
it that
thing.
way.
Yeah.
I like that. So then when you open it up, it'll be two pieces, but it will be together, which is important. And it's nice and thick and sturdy now.
So it should be able to do this, but you're making sure they stay together, but we're only gonna see one side.
Okay, so we're gonna open up our jellyfish like this, and we're gonna glue this side. Don't stick them together yet, just leave that glue there. It might dry up a little bit as we put on our string and our stick, but. And then you wanna put a little extra layer of glue, like on the bottom chunk where the string or tentacles are gonna go, and the stick will go. And put some extra on the bottom. You guys will have a couple long pieces like this. Obviously, it's not gonna be that long, so you can cut these long pieces into 2, or I'm probably gonna cut mine into 3 pieces, so that way I have lots to work with. I'm about this long. And with your tentacles, we're gonna take them and we're gonna stick them to the bottom of the jellyfish. Your jellyfish is still open, so just place them in there. Now my strings are all placed in there. I'm just gonna put a nice light layer of glue over the top, just to hold them in place, and also in preparation for my stick to go in. So I'm gonna glue the top of my stick on one side, press it on, leaving plenty of room for it, just right there on top, and then adding a little bit more glue on top, so that way when the other top of the jellyfish folds over, it will catch the stick. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of glue to the top of my jellyfish, and then I'm gonna fold her over. So yeah, here's where you can get creative. You can dress up your jellyfish, give them any
That's a
sort
good
of look
idea.
you want.
Yeah, you could even make a winky eye, like leave one googly eye on there, and then the other one, like draw it with a marker.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. I'm gonna pinch mine again. This is a really good time to take a pause and let it dry. Yeah. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my eyes.
To make a little winky eye, you kind of just make a little, kind of like an upside down C, and like 3 little eyelashes. Kind of looks like SpongeBob.
Cute, it does.
Thank you. Then I'm just gonna add my googly eye. So what's next?
Okay, so you got your jellyfish. We're gonna move on to our ocean plate, and we're gonna create a slit in it, so that way we're gonna stick our popsicle stick through the slit that we create. So a slit is a straight line through the plate.
Or
Yes.
straight cut, right?
A straight cut, right. Is it gonna be tricky? Absolutely. Are we gonna figure it out together? Absolutely.
And if you're smaller or younger, definitely ask for help of an adult or an older person, because
Yeah.
we don't want anyone to get hurt with the
I think
scissors.
if we fold our plate in half, and you want it more towards the bottom, like the bottom quadrant, not the top. You can do it in the middle, but I'm gonna do mine more towards the bottom.
Or like right here.
And I'm just gonna give her a nice long, and once you get a little cut in there, you can stop, because then you can go back in and
Make it longer.
make it longer, yeah.
And the longer your line, the more your jellyfish can dance, right?
Yes.
So if you make a little bit of space, it's only gonna move a little bit. If it's long, then it'll have pretty much the whole paper to dance
So
around.
here is my slit. It's a cut, a straight cut through the bottom quadrant. Here's the last part, is sticking your popsicle stick through that, putting your tentacles forward, and giving it a nice little dance.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
See, darling, it's better. That was what.
Take it from me.
Hope you guys enjoyed the craft.
Yes, I think it's really cute.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Bye.